This is Understanding Women for Men, Video 9. Women fall in love through how you make them feel over time. Women don't fall in love through moments. They fall in love through patterns. Feelings come from repetition, not grand gestures. The repetition that you make a woman feel, how you act day to day forever, like who you are, like it also kind of stems from your father. So I want you guys to really think and be self-aware from this point forward. Like, what kind of a man do you want to be when you eventually have your dream woman and you're married and you have children? Because your father, your mother and father might even not even be together right now. And that's even a whole other conversation. But if they did stay together, for the people, then whatever you saw your father day to day growing up and how he treated your mom or how he treated you guys, you might not have had the best representation of, like, you know, when you see a rom-com or a movie or something and how the man treats the woman, your parents might not have been the movie, but they're still together and they still stuck by each other and they're still together to this day, because that's marriage and that's commitment and that's love. But maybe the father didn't do like the most he could for the woman. And then also think about, because your father wasn't that man, that's that loving man that not only shows love through his words, but his actions, by his showing up for women, to think outside of the creativity of love, making love, multiple ways to show love. How did your mom feel growing up? When your father did or didn't do those things, what was your energy of your mom while raising you guys? This says a lot, because you might be like, oh, well, that's just a movie. But like, if you did grow up with a father who did that type of love and gave the type of love to your mom all the time, consistently throughout when you guys were even being raised too, imagine how happy every single day your mom would have been. And then also when raising you, had that same energy of happiness and positivity always. So really think about that. And just because you didn't have a dad, or your parents split up so you didn't even see them all even together, doesn't mean that you can't be an amazing father and an amazing husband to your wife consistently forever. You just need to really put in a little more effort, because it's not going to come naturally to your brain, as other men, grew up with parents that were deeply in love and did show all of the love languages consistently forever, right? They maybe grew up with a father that was more disciplined and more charismatic, more self-aware, more giving, right? So just because you didn't grow up in an environment like this doesn't mean that you can't be that, and set a different example for your children and have more love in the air when raising children, and just all the way to you guys are 180, living that same life, right? That happy, like you're in love, like it's like your honeymoon forever. It's possible, but this also does take consistency and discipline. Without those, it'll all fade. And then you're just going to be struggling, but you guys are going to you could still stay married, but it just won't be like it used to be, right? It'll change. So you do need consistency and discipline. Repetition. But it's not like grand gestures. It's the small things, right? It's the small repetition of love forever that you can actually attain and be consistent and actually keep up with. Emotional consistency creates attachment. Calm beats chaos. Love grows predictability. Love grows in predictability. Emotional consistency creates attachment. If you're consistent emotionally when loving a woman, like how you love and how you speak to her and how you care for how the physical touch that you do when you hug her, when you hold her hand, when you hug her, having deep, intense conversations, these little things, but they're not so little, because yeah, they're free and it doesn't cost anything to do these things. It is not little. The little things are actually the biggest things, and it's what keeps that consistency and that emotional, like, honeymoon phase of this person just like is so grateful to have you in their life every day. but it is also a conscious choice, especially if you didn't grow up with this. It's not your first nature. You have to rewire your brain. So you have to actually remember to be this man that you want to be, right, for the rest of your life. And so it takes, consistency and discipline to keep up with the love and care with those little things. Remember that calm will always be chaotic. So you being calm and doing less, but when you do take action, it's meaningful to a woman and it's special and it's the small things. That is beats chaotic and all and grand gestures and all over the place. Drama, that beats it any day, any day. Words matter less than experience. Actions build trust. Words matter less than experience. The words that come out of your mouth matters less than your experience. The actions will build trust. So that's why I always tell you guys, I try to get you guys to grow. And here in growth group, put yourself out there, take action, because your experiences in this world will say so much about your character. It actually it's going to be the way that you love someone one day because of how grounded and how self-aware, how focused on yourself, how much discipline and consistency, how much confidence you gain from being disciplined and consistent and having your shit together. Just, you're like one of the most powerful men in this world. And because of that, you're going to have so much love to give to your wife, not only to your wife, but your children one day, because you have your shit together as a fool, because you have experience. So it's not just about words. There's some men out there that are just, they know exactly what to say, but I still don't trust them and I still don't go on a date because I'm like a master at the phone call. I already know exactly. I can see it, I can hear it. It's not just about the words you say. It is literally who you are inside on an energetic, spiritual level because of your experiences and because of the mistakes that you've made, that you've learned from. And because of the successes you've had and you've kept them and you stayed consistent and disciplined. And you let that make you even better and more confident as a man and more secure and more stable. Take that in consideration when on this growth journey. Long-term love feels steady, not overwhelming. Long-term forever love should not feel like overwhelmed, like I can't do this. I'm like, maybe I'll never get married, I'll never have kids, I'm just gonna my bloodline's gonna die here and I'm not passing the seed on. Like, we shouldn't be overwhelmed because we're like, I don't know if I can keep one woman forever. It doesn't need to be like that. It's about the steadiness of love, of just simple moments in time. Every moment you experience, every day, there's like little fragments of time. I'm going to explain this to you because that's how I'm living my life, because I'm very disciplined and consistent. That's how I move and do so many things in a day. So if you're not there just yet, I'm going to explain something that will change your life. Every single day, we have 24 hours in a day. When you take on a task, one task, you are completely focused to a T. Like, nothing else matters but this moment. Nothing even takes your attention away. And that is how you master so many things at once, because you're living so presently in that moment and achieving and creating and making mistakes and growing from it and learning things, because every day is a new lesson. Every day there's a new task that you've never done, right? You're just constantly growing and learning and becoming better and better. So you have to be really there. So because of this, when you are finding love and going on dates and trying to find your life partner, we don't need to get stressed out about, oh my God, forever we have to be together till 100. Like, I can't keep up with this love, or my dad didn't do this. My parents split up, but I didn't even see love properly. Like, how am I supposed to do this for the rest of my life if I'm just doing this kind of for the first time and I've only seen it in movies? Like, other men have an advantage over you, but their bloodline has an advantage because their parents and their parents' parents, and they've been doing things the way they're supposed to be done for years and generations on generations. So you're it's just, we're dealt the hand that we're dealt, So because of that, we know that, like, you have to be different than your parents were, and you have to be different than, even if your parents were together and stayed together, but that your father didn't do those things, didn't keep up with it for all those years. It fell off, but then they have it here and there, but it's here and there on special occasions. Like, we want it to be every day. That's how it's supposed to be. So because of that, every single day you have, and when you're living with this woman, or eventually, even without living with her, messaging on the phone, you need to think of the moments when you're with her like you are stopped in time. Like literally, if you need to think that you're in a movie and need to rewire your brain, over time it'll become normal. And then eventually your kids, it'll be normal for them too, and it'll be like common sense. But like when you're with that person, like nothing, what only matters right now is this woman in front of you. Like everything else is second, and it's not even there. Like it's not even in existence, because we are only truly existing in the present moment right now, and what's actually here right in front of us right now. So because of that, if you have that intention when finding your person and like getting into a relationship and marrying and forever, it doesn't feel overwhelmed. It will never feel overwhelmed to show love in meaningful, money-free ways that are so physical touch. If it's a wink, if it's a look, if it's saying words like that, you know, that just warms her heart and makes her happy. It just little things, like maybe picking up something of flowers, or picking up something, she's sick, and picking up soup because she's sick and soup goes good with people who are sick, and just doing the things, and like remembering her food, remembering like just being the simple little things. It won't be overwhelming when you're living it and you're truly present. But this will be overwhelming. Oh my God, to marry a woman forever and to be with the same woman forever. How can they still have the love? How can everything, if you're getting overwhelmed, it's just because you're thinking about all the things you have to do in your life, and having a whole woman and all of those tasks that, like, if you're seeing it as a chore because you didn't grow up with that, so to you it is kind of like a chore because you never experienced a family like that. It's gonna feel like that because you're thinking about everything. Say everything didn't exist and it's just you and this woman on earth, and you didn't have houses or clothing, and you were in the forest. All you could do is be in love and go find a little campfire and you know, roast a little rat or something together. So all you really had is each other. So if you can remove everything of your life, all the money, all the other things you're doing, and just focus on that person, it'll make loving someone forever like seem just, that is everything to you. That's all that matters. Everything else is second. Everything else could end. You could lose your job. Like you could lose the house. Things can just disappear and get stolen and just be gone, vanish. But in the end, you have only that person, and it's that relationship you've been building, staying consistent with, loving day to day, like it was you just met each other, like tomorrow is going to end and this is the last day for us on earth to love each other. And that is the most strongest relationship that you want to take. Everything else can end, but you can always rebuild it, especially with a good partner. You guys will easily rebuild that together, easily. The reset for men. Focus on how you show up daily. At this point right now, I just need you guys to focus up how you're showing up daily for yourself. And then if you're also looking for your life partner, don't let figure yourself out first so it can have that steady, powerful leadership, confident energy as a man, and she'll feel that too. And then now start making time for bringing a woman into it, dating on the calling, making sure you're calling women. I would say don't go on any dates. Same thing that I don't do. I don't date. I just talk on the phone, and you can find out quickly if someone is a match or not. So it saves your money and time, and you can still continue focusing on yourself, leveling yourself up so then you're even better for another woman that comes, because you're constantly growing, right? So you're betting on yourself first, because you need to stay on yourself to be able to even have a woman and to have a family. But also you're not just like giving out your energy willy-nilly and going on dates with random girls who are not your wife. Focus on how you show up daily. Here are some affirmations for you to use to really get into your head. And if it comes back throughout the week, this is good. You want it to come into your head in the future when you need it. My presence is steady. I show up consistently. Trust grows with time. Patterns create love. This is video 9, Understanding Women for Men. I hope this helped in every single way. I love this topic. This one was a good one because it's just like the falling in love, like through like the moments of time and experiences and repetition and showing up consistently as a man is what will keep your marriage like intact. Like there's not even a question. You'll never get divorced. You'll never get divorced because you are so present and so aware of your woman. You guys are so aware of each other. You guys are first priority. Everything is second after. And because of that, you're just going to actually grow as a partnership even more. You're going to make more money and be more happy and get everything you guys ever wanted because of that. But also, like, you're just going to keep your love strong. You guys are going to be there to, on the tough days, you're going to be there to learn the same things and grow together and never grow apart because you're always in those present moments together when you're with each other. Like, nothing is going to, like, take your energy away from each other. You guys are your best version when you're with each other. Like, without the other person, like, what is life? You know what I mean? Like, you guys complete each other. So it's a beautiful thing. And I know some of us didn't have that experience, didn't have that lifestyle where it looks a certain way, or you just never saw that growing up. But it doesn't mean that you can't become that and just rewire your brain and learn to love in new ways. Simply, it's just learning to love in new ways and then doing those new ways every time you see that woman. And just staying consistent in how you love. And it feels good to love because when you're giving love, like you're going to receive love. So it's a beautiful dance. And yeah, I love this one. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.